situation at our school that's hurting the educational environment because of low teacher morale and high turnover. Teachers have been abused at Bronx Science, and we had a neutral fact finder make a decision a few months ago that said that teachers were being harassed by their supervisors.
In what way were they being harassed?
People were being reduced to tears by their supervisors. There were unfair, unsatisfactory observations and ratings. One teacher was called disgusting in a private meeting by her supervisor, and there's a whole litany of abuses that have happened.
How long has this been going on?
There was a complaint filed 2 years ago after a year of abuse, and the abuse is still continuing. A number of teachers have moved to other schools, been forced to retire, or been fired because of it.
So what were the results of the arbitration?
Well, it was a non-binding arbitration, but the fact finder upheld the fact that there was harassment and abuse of the teachers. The DOE has thrown the decision in the trash can. They're ignoring it, which is bad for the educational environment. It's going to weaken morale at the school, and it's papering over a bad situation at the school. And so we're here trying to draw attention to it.
And so at this point, so the Bloomberg and his Chancellor Klein are refusing to...
Klein has said they're not going to do anything about the abuse, so we're calling on Bloomberg to change that.
Pretty much condoning it.
Absolutely, yeah. They're condoning it by their inaction.
So how do you get justice in this whole particular case?
I think we have to take it to the community, to the parents, the students, the alumni of Bronx Science, to our fellow teachers around the city, to make some noise about this issue, because this is not just isolated at Bronx Science. This is a situation that happens in many schools, and Chancellor Klein wants the public to believe that discipline of teachers is about improving things in the classroom, but this has shown that this kind of thing, an abusive supervisor has used these kind of excuses as a way of hiding her attacks on teachers.
And in terms of the support that you're getting from other education advocate groups?
We've gotten support from across the UFT, from the grassroots educational movement, from Teachers for a Just Contract, from the Independent Community of Educators, from the Coalition for Public Education, from New Action. Michael Mulgrew has written a letter to the chapter expressing his support. It's been in the UFC newspaper. So I think that this has teachers around the city in support of our
Michael Rainford, Bronx High School of Science. I'm here supporting the math department. How do you take 22 teachers and convert them into 5? Take them out of the picture. 20 teachers out of 22 filed a grievance. 5 of those teachers are still teaching. Something wrong with that picture.
And what do you see, why is this important to other schools?
It's important to every school. If you have a grievance and you win the grievance, why can't we have a true hearing? Why are we just denied justice? Whether you take it inside the school or outside of the school, if there's a problem, address the problem, answer the problem, don't dismiss the problem.
So why here in front of Bloomberg?
He's the biggest part of the problem. We're talking one school out of thousands of schools. We're not the only school with a problem.
So if you get no recourse here, what's your next step that you envision as a chapter?
This is the next step, and we'll take it beyond. If it has to go to court, it'll go to court. Don't want to give it to us on a fair, impartial hearing. We didn't choose the arbitrator. The arbitrator was chosen for us. Something that should have been taken care of in-house in a few months, took 2 years, and this is where we are now.
Thank you.
I'm speaking. I came down here as a UFT delegate. I'm very upset with what's going on at the teachers across the city of the teacher abuse. But most importantly, I am upset that the Bronx office at this time is really not servicing its teachers. I don't know about the other boroughs. This is a very large city. But as far as I'm concerned, the non-response from the UFT on issues where we are being badgered to death, we are being marginalized, and we don't feel that there's a support system, that the contract is being honored. You have to do too much work to fight the union to take our cases on. That's why I'm here. And we're upset here for this Bronx Science thing because we want the union to make sure they sit down at the table and negotiate those jobs and that arbitration decision. The union is not doing right by teachers at this moment, and that's why I'm here. So when you're up against a three-prong attack. In a sense, it's very hard to carve the right path and keep your integrity in a system.
What are teachers being badgered about and harassed about?
They're trying to make us the fault of the problem. So the problem is too many kids in a class. You can't get to kids. You can't reach kids when you overstuff the classes. You can't reach them when you're not solving their most miserable problems. You can't help them. You can't have relationships with them. And you can't solve this by giving them more test scoring or more testing. It doesn't work. The people in this city are trying to push something onto the teachers which is not, it's more of a sociological issue.
So you're saying there's a lot of high-need students, and those
we're getting badgered by the union as well as by the DOE.
And the union is not being responsive to the needs that the teachers have.
That's right. They say it in name. They say, well, we're going to fight paperwork issues, or we're going to fight special ed violations, but they don't do it. When you cough up information to give it to them, they don't actually do anything about it. I still have a class of 50 unregistered. Music teachers have 50 unregistered. You tell me how you can judge my teaching when you have 50 unregistered.
So if the union is being unresponsive, what do the members, in your view, have to do?
The members must figure out a way to demand that the union